Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Steward from 6PS4. I'm going to give a drug-related speech. So, firstly, before I begin, let me be clear on the same speech. Firstly, what is drugs? So, usually, when the word drug is mentioned, it's always to be lumped together with negative stuff. But as you can see, a drug is a medicine or a substance which has a physiological effect when ingested or otherwise introduced into the body. As you can see, just because some substance is labeled as a drug, that doesn't mean it is a bad thing. It's only a bad thing when you take the drug too much or have an addiction to it. We all took drugs before in our life. For example, painkillers. I'm sure everyone have heard of Panadol. We usually take it when we have fever or sometime when we having headache. But as you can see, there's a misconception here, and there's like most people think that, oh well, not even think, they're sure that the Panadol is the name of the medicine, but it's actually not. Panadol is simply the brand name. The white tablet that we took are a type of pharmaceutical drug called paracetamol. I so as you can see, drug is not actually bad for us, but it's only bad for us when it is taken in a large quantity and repeatedly. Well, since we are on the same page now, let me share with you two of the most oldest and the most famous drug in the world. So, firstly, opioid, or most people know it as opium. So, what is opium? Opium, or poppy is a dry latex that is obtained from the seed capsules of the opium poppy, and opioids are a class of drug naturally found in the opium poppy plant. I think that most people who watch historical Chinese drama set in the old times of China will have known opium, because opium addiction is a big and severe problem for China during the olden times. It's even caused two war known as the Opium War between the Qing Dynasty and the Western power in the mid 19th century. You Opioids are commonly used for treatment of pain and include medicines such as morphine, fentanyl, and tramadol. Their non-medical uses, prolonged uses, misuses, and use without medical supervision can lead to opioid dependency and other health problems. Due to their pharmacological effect, opioids can cause breathing difficulties, and opioids overdose can lead to death. Worldwide, about 0.5 million deaths are attributed to drug users, and more than 70% of these deaths are related to opioids, with more than 30% of the death caused by overdose. There are effective treatment interventions for opioid dependency that can decrease the risk of overdose, yet less than 10% of people who need to use treatment are not receiving it. The medication not can prevent death from an opium overdose if administered in time. Secondly, I would like to talk about cannabis or marijuana. I know that most people know it as weed because of the internet. So, what is marijuana, or in this case, cannabis? Cannabis is a generic term used to denote the several psychoactive preparation of the plant Cannabis sativa. Marijuana is a Mexican term frequently used in referring cannabis leaf and other crude plant material in many countries. Many countries worldwide are cannabis. Cannabis is by far the most widely cultivated, trafficked, and abused illicit drug. Half of all the drug seizures worldwide are cannabis seizures. The geographical spread of the seizures is also global, covering particularly every country of the world. About 147 million people, 2.5% of the world population, consume cannabis annually, compared with 0.2% of consuming cocaine and 0.2% consuming of opiates. In the present decade, cannabis abuse have grown more rapidly than cocaine and opiate abuse. Symptoms of overdose cannabis are high level anxiety, panic attack, rapid heart rate, difficulty concentrating, poor coordination, high or low blood pressure, nauseating and vomiting, extreme confusion and memory problems, paranoia and hallucination. Mild overdose are typically characterized by nauseating, anxiety, lethargy, dizziness, and paranoia. This set of symptoms, sometimes termed as screening out. If any of your loved ones suffer from those, it is highly suggested to keep by hydrating them with lemon juices in water, which help neutralize tepidness and counteracts the dehydrating effect while waiting for help. Well, that will be all from me. I hope the information that I share today would help a lot of people in saving life. Thank you.